Hello again, Lori here from Gathering Time and Grace. I finished this gentleman's journal, oh gosh, a bit ago now, but I just haven't had a chance to do a film on it. But here we are today. It has 5 signatures, a hollow back spine, and it's 7.5 by 5.25 with a 2-inch spine. And I've just tied it with some brown ribbon here. The cover is a picture of this gentleman we will call Cooper, and I have used some gears and some cheesecloth on the back of the frame, and on part of the spine here they were kind of getting a little bit torn, so I thought I better strengthen them a little bit with that. This particular book is 142 years old, so it has really stood the test of time, or was well cared for. There's a bit of leather missing here and there, but I don't mind that. And I put a label over this part here, but I kept Cooper's works, and it had been a library book at one point. Not a lot of floof. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. There is floof. I used tags and a little bit of brown seam binding. Just add a little bit of decoration to the side and the top. And inside we have the name of the story, one of the stories. There was 2 in here. This one is The Red Rover, and it's copyright 1884 by Susan Finnemore Cooper. I used the flyleaf for the front and back as a pocket with some tags made from the leftover bits. And inside it's maker-made, vintage and antique ephemera. So let's take a look through. Here we have the first signature. We have the Canadian Gentleman's Journal, the Sporting Times. I've put a picture in here. We'll say that's Cooper and his pals, and a little journaling card that I made. And here we have Canadian Pacific Railway report for loading and unloading and deliveries. And I believe it's 1904, it'll show on the other side. I've used pages from different books that I have. And I've actually used up 2 books now with Victorian type ephemera in it, so I'm happy about that. I have an envelope here with some more space for writing in there and storage, and that is 52 actually. And here we have a little side tuck and some ephemera, and then I have a book on Ford cars, so I used several of those pages with different things about cars. Here's airmail that I've used as a pocket, and here they are playing sports of some description, perhaps soccer. I did use, I found my little frills I made with the coffee filters, so I just used a couple of them in here. Here we go. This is from a calligraphy book. And I did use pages from the, I believe, Sears and Roebuck reproduction catalog. And here we have bike gadgetry. My husband was reading through it, and he was like, how come they didn't carry on with the chainless gear-driven bike? It's like, I have no clue. And here's a bicycle safety suit if one needs one. And another tag here. I guess I need to glue that down. And the other half of the envelope here with a picture with Cooper and his buddies. The tag here. And a tag here. And I used up Tim Holt's Gentleman in this journal as well. There's a little pocket there. And here's the other half of this. 1914 actually, for the railroad piece there. Here's Baby Cooper and a little chocolate milk tag. And I have a book on farm buildings, so I used quite a few of those pages in here. gives the details of building a barn there. This here was an old envelope that fell apart, so I backed it and used it as a pocket. And here's another little pocket here with a gentle Tim Holtz fella with the bike there. And more Tim Holtz. And the center spread here is this, while prohibitionists in other parts of the city and country railed against the evil of drink, these Montreal passers-by tried to guess how many gulps this giant bottle of cognac would yield. Not sure about that. I wonder who won the prize. There we go. Just used some old cotton there for a little page decoration. This here is from Inwood, Ontario in 1927. And it's a doctor's report on this person. And it says here, to hereby certify that I have this day examined Mrs. Robert Densmore, and from such examination found that she is in general good health and absolutely free from loathsome, dangerous, or contagious disease, or mental or physical defects which will affect her ability to earn a living, and is free of any symptoms of leprosy. I'm not sure, I can't read that word there. Syphilis, plague, or tubercular affection of any kind, and also free of body parasites and their eggs. Good Lord. What women had to go through to get a job. Good grief. Here's a monthly payment for an amortized loan. Here's a pocket here. I believe that was from Nancy. It was just in weeds. And here's a standard Bank of Canada passbook. And I believe this was 1898. So it's very interesting to read through. I didn't have the heart to pull it apart. Somebody else can. And here we go. Here I took 3 pictures and made a belly band with Cooper and his pals. Out, looks like, I'm not sure what they're doing there. Having fun there, and maybe snow sliding there, maybe. And here's some more Tim Holtz. And this page here is really old. I think it's 1890s, I think. But I never could figure out what the book was actually about. I wondered if it wasn't like a list of students at school, but I'm not sure. The paper's lovely though. Here, this middle spread here is photography. So I put some film strip in there, and here's a CN train and some old cars. Looks like the 50s. Come a long way in taking pictures. Some old wood stove. Another belly band. I used pictures from one of the books that I have. So, and this here, of course, I used a couple of these stamp clusters that the stamps just won't come apart on. So I'm getting them used up. And here we go. Here we are, brakes, and it speaks all about your brakes if you're interested. This here is Lambton Kent Creameries, Petrolia and Wallaceburg. And a little pocket here, and I do believe I put a receipt in there. Yep. And lots of journaling space in this journal as well. There's some barn plans. Another little fabric cluster. This page here is upside down, and then of course it's right side up on this side. Here we have the Viewmaster Natural Color Stereoscopes, or Stereoscoptics, revised May 1943. And here. And this spread here is just another page from one of those books, and I just used the last little bits of the flyleaf, the marbled paper here in the center. And check here. from 1950. And here we have telescope, and it says, what did the microbiologist see? The insert artist sketch represents a microscopic view of city water that horrified readers of the Canadian Illustrated News in 1870. I bet it did. And here's stretching your tire mileage if you need that information. I just covered a bit here with some coffee dyed paper for some extra writing space. Another little fabric flip there. This here we have some ships out at sea, and this was a Tim Holtz piece here, and I believe this one is as well. Suitcase. And here we have another Tim Holtz gentleman sitting on the world with a tag here. And this is a French bank reproduction check. And here we have Cooper in his younger years. And this pocket here we have Always Thinking of You, and it's Cooper and his father. And more checks and labels for cans. And these two cutouts here, my girlfriend Kim, she got a new Sizzix, so she had given me a package of different cutouts, and these gentlemen were in there. Thanks, Kim. And in this center spread here, I used an old envelope. The window was gone in it, so I just covered the back with part of the reproduction catalog and made a little flip area here for journaling. And then on the back, I just put a couple of labels and some faux tape. Oh, another stamped cluster. And this here is a printing company from Whitby in Toronto, 1934. This is an invoice. And I made a pocket out of the mortgage value table and have a little journaling card here. And then this opens up for a lot more journaling space. Slam bang driving, curb scraping, stitch in time, crisscross. I may have scraped a curb a time or two. Here I just took this little train image here and made a little belly band, and they're having fun skiing. And more of those pieces from those books that I had. And here we have an old bingo card. I put a couple of labels on there, and here's a work crew. Looks like maybe mining. And another advertisement here. And a little flippy flu here. And a little side tuck. We have one of the Eaton's cards, playing cards, and how to open a new book. Some math equations. Here we have from one of those same books. It has to do with wine and beer. These two gentlemen taste testing, and then we have Montreal India Pale Ale, and here is a brewery label there. These were all reproduction, of course. And this discharge certificate is pretty funny. On this one, I put two together to make a spread. So it's 1918 that he was born, and then on the other page, when we get to it, it's got a different date on it. And here's a streetscape, and gentleman looks like in a factory of some sort. And here's some lovely gentleman's clothing. Black diagonal clay worsted. Oh, there you go. And another playing card here. And a little page there. And another Tim Holtz gentleman. And here I took a map, and it has a little pocket here. so it can open up with the pocket, and then it has a pocket here as well. And I just clipped it on here. You can open up, of course, for more writing space. And a little stamp cluster here. And I was trying to find that other half of it. This is 1918. Where'd it go? We lost it. Anyway, on the other one it says he was born in, there it is. On this one here, it says he was born in 1919 in Oil Springs. And here we have a little cycling pocket with a golf bridge card. And we're at the back here again. So that's the flip through of Cooper. And I will have him in my Etsy shop hopefully later today. It also comes with a little packet of bits and pieces here if you want to add to the journaling. So there is Mr. Cooper. I hope everyone's having a grand day, and we will talk again soon. Bye-bye.